Sahay, you heard the BJP, you heard the viewpoint of the Trinamool Congress. I want to ask you, because law and order is a state subject. Can a chief minister shirk responsibility like this? So much has happened in Murshidabad. People, in their own state are not feeling safe. They say it feels like we are living in Bangladesh and not in India. So many families out of fear had to move to neighboring Jharkhand because they could not feel safe. The way they have seen violence, mayhem unleashing, their family members being hacked to death. I mean, don't you think the Chief Minister has a responsibility?
I think we have a long track record of the West Bengal government putting all of us in such situation over and over again. If you remember the RJ incident, so similar, I think, reaction was there at that particular point in time. I will not get into the political slugfest part of it. I'll restrict myself only to the governance, intelligence and the policing mechanism.
Yes.
And what is legally mandated. What is legally mandated is law and order is primarily the job of the state government and nobody else. So the first failure is at the intelligence level, and when this bill was enacted, I think there would be some amount of thinking on this regard that some backlash might happen in areas which are Muslim dominated, and that is precisely where it happened. The second point is, if there is intelligence with regards to whatever is about to happen, what did the government do? See, you have a situation, many years back, I worked in Sudan. We called something as the IDPs, internally displaced persons. So that was at the end of a civil war, 18-year-old protracted civil war. But in a country like India, which is so democratic and so civilized, and there if we have internally displaced persons from 3 specific areas in Murshidabad, those localities are also known. And the people who have perpetrated this law and order situation, see, they're also known. The small parts, there's another 2 fellows. So that is known. But there are lots of people who would be doing it from the back. And those names have still not come out in the open. So let's make it very, very clear that the responsibility of a law and order is precisely that of the state government, and it is the capability of the police and the local intelligence to gather information and to react in a manner they should. And when the whole thing started, I think started on the I think it went on for 2-3 days.
Last Friday it started.
So 11 to 13th or whatever. So, and then again on the 16th. And then again it happened for another 1 day in a different area. Now the point is, do you take such amount of time to react to a law and order situation in a small geographical area? It's a small geographical area, there is no denying the fact. And a state like West Bengal has all the wherewithal to control. Now where the whole issue arises, where Mamata Banerjee says that I will not implement this law, this amended Waqf Act. So 2025, I don't think she has any powers under the constitution to come up with those ideas that she will not implement. Not implementing is certainly unconstitutional, and it goes against cooperative federalism, and legally it cannot be allowed, and it will not happen. But taking such a stand, what happens on the ground that people misuse that sort of a support, and they treat it as a support. We have seen it any more times in West Bengal.
It is seen as tacit support. That's what many are saying, because she has made her political intention absolutely clear. She stands with those.
It is not only a tacit support. It is all correct.
Right.
So there are 2 things. One is a tacit support, and there is also understanding. If something really goes awry, then they will be saved.
Right.
The
stay on with us. Those are very pertinent points you have made.
It should.
Yes, Mr. Sanjay Sahay, you've made some very pertinent points. I want to now go across to Sheikh Aamir, the Congress leader, who's also with us here on this debate. Sheikh Aamir, I want to ask you, you've seen the visuals, you've seen mayhem in Murshidabad and the impact, the fallout, exodus, how Hindu families have come forward and said that they have no faith in Mamata Banerjee government. TMC is your ally as far as the INDIA bloc is concerned. Do you believe the way she has given this support to the imams, to clerics, to those who are opposing the Waqf law, she should have also spoken to these Hindu families who have been victims of this violence?
Well, I don't believe anything what you say. What BJP is trying to do, they are trying to create the image of Bengal as a failed state, so that they can push this justification for the central control. What just now former IPS officer was talking about, under whose control the law and order falls. We know it's with the state. But when he says that the support is misused, I think he should also talk about UP.
But Sheikh Aamir, when you agree that law and order is supposed to be with the state, it is a state subject. So if, there was a failure, shouldn't the Chief Minister take responsibility? By the way, you did not answer my direct question, which I asked you. I asked you very clearly.
I'm here to answer you.
If Mamata Banerjee has openly declared that she is not going to implement the Waqf law, she's standing with those who are against the Waqf law. She's standing with the protesters. So should she also not stand with those who have been victims of this violence, the Hindu families?
That's a constitutional issue. That when she says that she would not implement, but what you are saying, that when BJP, with all its might, is actually trying to disrupt, in fact, destabilize the governments, non-BJP governments or Congress-ruled governments.
Is she not a chief minister for Hindus and Muslims both?
Please let me talk. Don't let me talk.
Priyanka, let him finish his point. Sheikh Aamir, go ahead.
The problem with BJP guys, they are intolerant. They don't have courage.
Go ahead, Sheikh Aamir, finish your point. Priyanka, I'll come back to you. Sheikh Aamir, finish your point.
See, when you are debating about only debating about Congress-ruled or non-BJP ruled states, and this is the problem with BJP. They are doing everything to destabilize or overthrow the Mamata government. You don't talk about violence in UP, the lynchings, the fake encounters, the riots.
So you don't want us to talk about what has happened in Murshidabad? You don't want to talk about, the kind of violence that people had to witness there. Barrister Kabir Shankar Bose wants to come in. Yes, go ahead.
Let me finish. Give me
You're
1
giving
minute.
a clean chit to Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister.
Give me 1
You're
minute.
holding the BJP responsible. You're accusing us of not talking about other states. You don't want to talk about Murshidabad mayhem at all.
Madhya Pradesh. Why do you debate about Haryana, Uttar Pradesh? You don't debate about Manipur. It was burning for more than 6 months.
So you're saying we should not talk about Murshidabad at all?
And you
we
are
have no right to
Hindu,
question
Muslim,
the Chief Minister, who is now conveniently blaming other agencies and centre for the failure in law and order situation.
The Congress spokesperson has not answered your question, Heena.
Absolutely. I gave him, the opportunity twice. He did.
I was not given that.
He has not answered your